UV light can damage different parts of your eyes. So for people who enjoy golfing and spend a lot of time outdoors, having the right eye protection is very important. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Nagori. I'm a board certified ophthalmologist, and I have a husband and a brother who love to golf. And let me tell you, my husband's golf obsession was not fully revealed to me until after we got married. Anyway, I digress. So today I want to tell you about the 3 qualities to look for when you are buying sunglasses for golfing. So the first quality to look for is that make sure that the glasses that you buy have 100% blocking of both UVA as well as UVB rays. So the radiation from UVA rays can penetrate deeper into the eye, and it actually contributes to aging-related eye damage. UVB radiation causes more immediate damage in a condition called photokeratitis. Because both of these ray types can be damaging to your eyes, if you're spending long amounts of time in the sun, it's important that the sunglasses that you buy protect against both of them and have 100% blocking. So what does UV exposure actually do to the eye? So in terms of the more acute effects, something called sunburn of the eye can occur, which can cause a lot of pain, eye redness, and even vision loss. This is photokeratitis. It's not very common, but still you want to protect against this in your sunwear. This problem can affect the top surface of your eye, which is the conjunctiva, which sits over here. It's a thin layer over the eye, as well as the cornea, which is the central clear layer of the eye. But photokeratitis is actually not the most common or most likely thing that would happen to your eyes from the sun, because when you're golfing, you're not focused on looking at the sun, you're focused on looking at the game that's going on. So basically, when you have long-term UV exposure, what we worry about more so is growths that can happen on the white part of the eye. And now, if you look at people around you, you might notice that some people that you know actually have these. So when the growth is on the white part of the eye, we call it a pinguecula. Sometimes these growths can then extend onto the cornea, and then we call them pterygium. And you will notice that with continued sun exposure, these can actually get worse. Now, in the beginning, these may just be cosmetically annoying and you don't like the way they look, but over time, if they start to grow over the cornea, they can actually induce astigmatism and cause more eye problems and a need for a change in your glasses prescription, or even a need for glasses if you've never had to wear them before. In addition, sometimes pinguecula, which haven't grown onto the cornea yet, can cause significant dry eye, and this is because they create an irregular surface over the eyeball, and then the tear film is not able to distribute in an even fashion. Now, if you have small pinguecula or pterygium, typically we will just have you use artificial tears and treat the symptoms like changing your prescription. But if they start to cause visual issues or start to grow over the cornea and actually start to obstruct your vision, there is surgery that can be done. Now, this is not something that's going to happen overnight. So if you start to see a small growth on the white part of your eye, first of all, go see your eye doctor, but also make sure that the sun protection that you're wearing is actually protecting you. Make sure it has 100% blocking. Now, there's 2 other qualities that people should look for when purchasing sunglasses, but before I get into that, I want to also talk about how chronic UV exposure can also contribute to an accelerated development of cataracts. So if you watch some of the other videos on this channel, you already know that cataracts are a normal part of aging, and they will essentially happen to everyone. But if you spend significant time outdoors unprotected, then you may have a faster development of cataracts and may need surgery sooner than your colleagues. Now, I quickly want to discuss one other very uncommon thing that can happen from UV exposure, which is solar retinopathy. And this was talked about a lot during the eclipse, but basically you need to be viewing the sun directly for extended periods of time. And if you're golfing, we hope that you're not doing that. Now, the most important reason that you should wear protective sunwear when golfing is because of the risk of eyelid cancer. The skin around the eyes is very delicate, and long periods of sun exposure can lead to skin cancers like basal cell carcinoma. Now, in addition to wearing sunglasses, it's also important to wear sunscreen on your face and around the eyes. Now let's get back to the sunglasses that you should buy. In addition to 100% protection of UVA and UVB rays, you also want to try to get the ones that wrap around, because sunlight and UV light is all around us. It's not just coming at us from the front. So that UV light can enter and damage your eyes from the side. It can also damage the skin around the eyelids from the side. And finally, the third quality golfers should look for in their sunglasses is that the sunglasses are polarized. So polarization is important important when you're spending long amounts of time outdoors. This is because polarized sunglasses actually reduce glare and they can improve visibility while providing UV protection. So this means that you're going to get optimal vision while you're playing golf, but you're also going to keep your eyes protected.
Now, the issue of whether to have sunglasses that are polarized or not has differing opinions. The American Academy of Ophthalmology reported that most golfers felt that polarization was actually helpful, even though some sunglasses companies will say that polarization makes the ball harder to visualize. The consensus seems to be that during putting, golfers can remove sunglasses with polarization to help visualize the ball better. When hitting the ball down the fairway, however, polarization can be helpful because it can reduce glare from reflective surfaces, which is especially relevant if there is a body of water on or near the golf course.
Now, some additional tips that don't have to do with sunglasses, but when you play golf actually matters. Early tee times are definitely the best because sun exposure is the highest between 10 and 4 p.m. So a 7 a.m. tee time means that you can be finished just before the strongest sun rays set in. And also remember that UV rays exist in the cooler months too, even when the sun is not very bright or you're not feeling hot. So if you're spending a lot of time outdoors, remember to still wear your sun protection year round. Hope you found this helpful. Remember to like and subscribe below, and I'll see you in the next video.